When it comes to learning Korean, there are pretty much only two strategies out there for self-study. The first one is grammar drills. This is basically what everyone is doing. So it doesn't matter if you use a textbook or if you get an app or if you go on a website and learn grammar there, or if you're a teacher even who teaches you grammar. It's all the same idea. Like when we were in school, when our teachers gives you the grammar, how you conjugate, for example, a verb, how you use this kind of particle, and then you form some sentences, and yeah, basically then when you go into a conversation, you're supposed to do the same thing, that you drop the end, and then yeah, there's a big problem with that, because when we then go into the conversation, we are not fast enough, our brain is not fast enough to do that, and we're stuck. We can pretty much go from one solution to the next solution. We can learn the same particle over and over again, but still not able to understand it. So this strategy somehow works. Like if you do it for a lot of solutions, let's say you start with a website, then you go on an app, then you go on a textbook, then you go on the next textbook, then an online course. Like this, if you do this for a long period of time, then you can master a language. Like at some point you would feel confident to speak, but it takes extremely much time. So I would say for learning Korean for a Westerner, like 5 years. And then there's the second strategy, which almost nobody is using, and I'm going to tell you why. And this is comprehensible input. So this simply means that you immerse yourself into some content in your desired language, Korean in my case, and then your brain absorbs the language. So you trust your brain that it absorbs the language. And this is already hard for a lot of people to trust their brain, because it's not in your control anymore to find the solutions. And you probably heard from a lot of language learners, how did you learn your language? And they said, like, I watched the TV shows on my language, and that's absolutely the best method, yeah. TV shows. Ideally, you find something that's slightly above your level. Let's say from 0 to 10, you're on a level 7 level, that you will search for something that's on level 8 level. And that would be perfect case scenario, but it's not crucial. So you can use several strategies. You can use TV shows. Let's say Netflix. Most of us are watching Netflix, K-dramas. So let's say Netflix, magazines, webtoons. And I highly recommend Netflix, because the biggest problem we face in the beginning as a language learner is our listening skill, our hearing, that we don't understand when we speak with a native speaker. And therefore, the most crucial thing is to train your listening skill. And even when you're already conversational, you still want to train your listening skill even further, that you better understand people. Many language learners struggle so much with speed, and actually that's even like the last thing, like in your Korean language learner, the last thing you will master is speed. Yeah. So speed comes automatically. First you have to really understand every single part of a sentence slowly, and then automatically the speed will come. So you have to forget about speed at all in the beginning. You simply just try to understand a sentence, every single part, and then, yeah, it will automatically come. And therefore, I highly recommend watching a lot of TV shows. It's also possible to watch YouTube videos of your K-pop stars speaking with each other. But the problem there is that you spend a lot of time with searching new videos. On Netflix, when you go through a K-drama, which is like 50 minutes in average, then you can binge watch like 50 minutes through. And this is really, if you do this every day, and it's not about like setting a goal like one K-drama every day. It's a lot about the time. So whatever you can do in your goal, like if it's 60 minutes, if you can do 50 minutes of a K-drama, 30 minutes of a K-drama, it doesn't matter. It only matters that you do like 60 minutes, like your goal, on this date, you do that. And the big problem with this strategy is that usually only like advanced language learners can do this, because the content is far too complicated and TV shows far too advanced for beginners. And therefore, what beginners usually do is that they start with those grammar drills and they go from several solutions and they wait a lot of years until they start immersing themselves in the comprehensible input. Once they hit a wall, they eventually start immersing themselves into comprehensible input. But the big problem here is that they wait too long. Actually, nowadays, because there's AI, changes everything. You can practice a language with AI from day one. And that's exactly what I would do. If I learned a new language, I would jump into a TV show and start deconstructing those sentences, learn from real conversations, like the grammars. I would never do grammar drills again. I would only watch TV shows and deconstruct those sentences. Yeah, and this is the whole secret. Because usually it takes a lot of time to get to this point where you can understand those sentences without deconstructing them. You need a certain level, but with AI, really we can, from day one, we can understand those sentences, and that's so secret. So I recommend you to do that, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to learn more about learning Korean, you can subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in the next one. I'm John, and I'm here to guide you through the Korean jungle.